All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me in our second session. So just to recap, we all introduced ourselves and talked about the effects of social media and our own personal experience. So I'm actually going to tell you what the media, social media, tells us is negative and positive in regards to it. So negative in regards to students is that they rely solely on this to get their information. So they stop paying attention in school. They stop, it's like, oh, I can just look that up online and I'll know. So who cares about this lecture the teacher's giving? Students attempt to multitask. So instead of, back then we had pen and paper, we had to do our homework. That's the only way in a book. Whereas now they're able to just be like, oh, I'll click on this site. Oh, let me see what my friends are doing. Oh, wait, I still need to write this paper. But wait, let me go back to my friends, And they're constantly distracted. And then they spend more time on sites and what they look like on sites than in person. And I think that is the number one issue in regards to social media, especially when it comes to the cyberbullying. I have this many likes, you don't. And apparently, I didn't even know this was a thing, but that on Instagram, if they don't get so many likes on that picture in a certain amount of time, they delete it or whatever. Because it's not like...
They really do. They really do.
Surprised they still have a profile.
No, they delete it themselves because they didn't have... So they'll post a picture up, and if they don't get, let's say their average out 100, and it's 90, they'll delete that whole picture, post another one, and hopefully get their average likes. My sister does it. So listen to that. Yeah. She'll let it go on my phone, and she'll go, oh, you have to like it. I need to have my likes for today. And I'm like, it is not that serious. So I believe it.
So yeah, but that's what kids do now.
It's life.
And so the popularity of social media, the effects of it, the attitude, it's also grammar. I'm not going to lie. We all have text lingo. Mm-hmm. Sometimes writing my papers, I'm like, oh, I need to delete that because that doesn't sound right,
LOL.
Yeah, LOL or OMG,
Mm-hmm.
But we all have that. We all have those quick go-to, words or phrases. And then also the degree of privacy. People think that their stuff's private, but guess what? Facebook, for example, and I learned this the other day. You're doing those tests, personality tests, or this person would say or whatever. Those sites are actually getting your information. So even though you think you're crazy private on your stuff, you're really not, because they're taking from it because you use that site to do your test. So there is actually a way. I can't remember, but there's a way to fix that. But but kids don't realize that.
Yeah.
Even adults don't realize that. So kids are doing this. Kids are worried about their popularity, and then when it comes down to it, they end up, getting their information out to strangers, to pedophiles, to, other people who can use that against them, blackmailing. And that's what the problem is. Now, there is positive, don't get me wrong. There is. So social networking, being able to collaborate, being able to do meetings, being able to do school. It's convenient for us now. We don't have to sit in a classroom from, 9 to 5 or, to get that degree. I'm able to do it from in my pajamas,
Yeah.
And that's the positive of it. Social networking is also teaching kids, especially nowadays, business is key now. Network marketing. A lot of us do it. From network marketing to business in general is the way to go now. And learning foreign too. That's, and all of that ties in. So yes, there is positive because you get all of that in the access of your fingertips, like computers. They're able to develop, they're able to learn about technology. They're able to create. There's some kids who can take apart a whole computer and put it back together. And yeah, that's our future. Technology is our future. And it's easy for them to customize their profiles, get aspects of how they are, their websites. They're able to build their portfolios and get themselves out there even at a young age in high school. So when colleges are looking like, oh, they're on the dean's list, they're on the soccer team, because it's all access right there for them to look it up. So yes, in ways it helps them. And it's also the amount of sharing and being able to be creative. I mean, how many of us are able to create our kid's birthday party online and invite people, you know what I mean? We don't have to do invitations anymore. We don't have to do snail mail,
Yeah.
And so, those are the positive things of it. It's just unfortunately, it's us having to look at those positive and negatives and outweighing them. So I don't know what you guys think of those. If you guys, negative, positively, if you guys think it's a good thing, or what's your personal experiences in that
I would
regard?
definitely agree with a lot of it. Aren't they now giving like high school students laptops or Chromebooks or something?
There's not
iPads.
Beaumont's in kindergarten. They have them in kindergarten.
Already?
Yeah.
My second grader has a Chromebook.
Brandon has an iPad. Owen wouldn't even know what to, Owen has iPads for his learning stuff, but he doesn't know how to turn it on and off, and he doesn't know how to, granted he's a little bit behind, but.
Oh, yeah, they're starting at kindergarten.
So it's almost like it's encouraged, but then don't use it.
It's encouraged, but it's monitored. That's, and that's, I think, the happy medium right there is, even as parents, I mean, it's allowing them to have that, but then also looking at, well, what are you looking at, and having those locks, and I know, Beaumont's pretty strict, I don't know.
No, nothing's
Oh,
locked.
not?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so they can go to anything on this computer. So now, when I found this out, which was a couple weeks ago, it has to get locked, in my room and plugged in. And that's it, right after school, has to go in my room and plugged in, because you go on YouTube, you want anything on there.
Okay.
Well, see,
I
I
thought
would
they
have
had
thought
it
it would
locked,
be like work computers, because everywhere
got
I've
Wi-Fi,
worked
maybe
with
they can open
computers.
it up.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be connected to Wi-Fi to use it, so.
So then
I think there is. Can you give me a minute? Thank you. There is a way to get around it. So when I was doing my substitute orientation for Beaumont, because I almost was a substitute for Beaumont, but I was like, no, I'm good. They said that in the computer systems, they're supposed to go on a certain way, but they're able to go around it.
So, my second grader would know how to do that?
You'll be surprised
Because,
what
this
they
is the
know.
first computer he's ever had, because, he's Foster. So he was,
Unless
super
he-
excited that they gave him a computer.
Unless
maybe a
his
friend
friends told him.
Or they hacked into it and they did the little code things. And there's so
Oh,
many
yeah,
ways. So
That was my understanding. Now, granted, I don't know that because I never personally grabbed one of their Chromebooks and actually gone on it. But what I was told is that everything is monitored, and that to access sites, because I've seen it from my foster kids when I was working with them, they knew how to get around that. So, and again, it could have just been that computer didn't have it set up yet. Who knows? But I know that there is ways, and I have seen kids.
and they're smart.
They're very smart.
Very smart with that stuff because you know how schools they have the Wi-Fi things. You need the password. I have kids that are getting the Wi-Fi. I'm like, how do you know? And they put it on my phone, and I'm like, what the heck?
You're like, how did
this
you
is
do
crazy.
that?
I'm like, okay, put it on my phone then, I guess.
My 3-year-old, my 15-year-old when he was 3,
I was like,
he would go onto the computer at 3 o'clock in the
They
night.
would type it, and then he would mimic exactly how she put her fingers on the thing, and that's how he got the password.
At 3 years old, so he was able to hack into the computer. Nobody else knew the password, just me and my husband. But he was able to get on it. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I found him up.
It's like
on the
they're
computer.
born with technology. It's
This one-
crazy.
18 months. Granted, he doesn't know how to fully get on it, but he tries.
Oh.
He tries,
He'll
and
figure
he
it out.
knows. He knows selfies. He knows taking pictures. He knows the smile.
You tell me my secrets.
But the thing is, though, is and I hate to say it, what sucks is it's inevitable now. And I feel like as much as I've tried to shelter my 5-year-old, I'm like, I can only do it for so long, and then after that, it's just me being that crazy strict mom that's like, okay, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? And there's apps, even in the moms group, you see people who are like, oh, what app do you use to monitor this? Because we have to, because there's so many, it's such easy access, and I think that's what's the problem nowadays.
Yeah.
So that's going to be it for this session, and then our next session we're going to wrap it up and then kind of say, as us as parents, what we feel we should do in the social media aspect, and then also the positives in communicating with teachers. And I think that's a lot easier nowadays, too. So we can talk about that, too. So thank you, ladies.